Hello, welcome to the update. I'm Susie Thompson. Residents in northern New South Wales and southern Queensland are on flood alert with thunderstorms forecast to lash the country's east. Northern Tasmania and Victoria are also in for wet ends to the week with showers, storms and strong winds to roll through. The Weather Bureau's senior meteorologist Dean Narramore says further rainfall on already drenched catchments creates a risk of flash flooding.
The coming rain is likely to lead to renewed river level rises across already flooded rivers in New South Wales and northern Victoria, with widespread moderate to major flooding likely across inland New South Wales.
Opposition leader Peter Dutton has received a briefing on plans to repatriate a group of Australian citizens being held in Syria. ASIO is launching an operation to get about 16 women and 42 children out of a detention camp. They travelled to the region more than 3 years ago with their husbands and boyfriends who were sympathetic to Islamic State. Dutton is concerned they could still pose a security risk when they're back.
They've been living for years now in a camp, socialising with people who have either committed terrorist attacks or who have been planning terrorist attacks, then we need to take it very seriously.
At least 50 people have been killed in an airstrike on a school in northern Ethiopia. The building was sheltering people displaced by fighting between federal and regional governments. It's one of the deadliest attacks in the conflict's 2-year history. UK Prime Minister Liz Truss has defended her first month in office in a keynote speech at the annual Conservative Party conference. Her announcement of $45 billion in tax cuts tanked the pound and forced her into a U-turn on the policy. But the new PM says she can get Britain back up and running.
In these tough times, we need to step up. I'm determined to get Britain moving, to get us through the tempest, and to put us on a stronger footing as a nation.
A 111-year-old shipwreck has been discovered off the WA coast. The 73-metre-long sailing boat Glenbank was lost during a cyclone in the early 20th century. And SpaceX has launched a crew to the National Space Station. It was a history-making launch, with the team being led by Nicole Ornapu-Mann, who's the first indigenous woman to be sent to orbit by NASA and the first woman to take the commander's seat. In sport, Latrell Mitchell says he's disappointed he didn't see a single NRL scout at the Koori Knockout. The Rabbitohs star played for Walgett in the state competition, which has long been viewed as a breeding ground for emerging talent. Australia has beaten the West Indies by 3 wickets in the first of 2 T20 matches, and a soccer fan caught making a Nazi salute during the Australia Cup final has been handed a lifetime ban from Football Australia sanctioned matches. In entertainment news, actor Alec Baldwin has reached an undisclosed settlement with the family of a cinematographer who was fatally shot on a movie last year. Helena Hutchins was working on the film Rust when she was killed. Baldwin was holding the prop gun when it went off. The lawsuit alleged industry standard violations and claimed corners were cut in production. Production on the film will now recommence. And Google is marking 20 years since it was launched in Australia. These days, the search engine employs 2,000 people and generates nearly $67 billion for Australia's economy. As for the most popular searches over the past 2 decades, DIY projects topped the list, while on the Google News front, it was COVID, followed by Trump. And that's the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you later on for another update. I'm Susie Thompson.